Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Mark Lynn. Namaskar. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, Angola President Joao Lourenço wraps up his India visit, emphasizes strong political and economic partnership while addressing the business forum. Russian President Putin hopes there will be no need to use nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Masterclasses and workshops in focus on the final day of the World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit in Mumbai. Today is the final day of the Angola President Joao Lourenço's state visit to India. President Lourenço addressed the India-Angola Business Forum in New Delhi, where he called for deeper economic and trade cooperation between the two nations. Lourenço said that there is strong political commitment between India and Angola, and both countries are determined to move forward together. He noted that India has expertise in the field of generic medicines, while Angola possesses vast tracts of land, offering great potential for collaboration in agriculture and healthcare. He also invited Indian businesses to invest in Angola's logistics sector. Referring to the agreement signed on Friday, the president said that these pacts will help Indian industries enter the Angolan market more easily, and he emphasized that Angola has now simplified business procedures and significantly reduced waiting times for enterprises. The Indian Minister of State for External Affairs, Kirti Vardhan Singh, delivered the keynote address at the India-Angola Business Forum. Speaking on the occasion, the minister called the Angola president's visit to India a historic and transformative moment in bilateral ties. He underlined the strong economic foundations shared by the two countries. He also welcomed Angola as the 123rd member of the International Solar Alliance, describing it as a step towards a sustainable future.
Angola is undergoing a remarkable change with the diversification of its economy, modernization of infrastructure, and improving the ease of doing business. Angola has strengthened its presence on the global stage. Our bilateral relations are underpinned by a vibrant energy partnership, and bilateral trade between our two countries has been growing and reached $4.2 billion in the 2023 and 24 period. Angola is now the 123rd member of the International Solar Alliance, and the Government of India has approved a line of credit of $200 million for further strengthening our defense and security cooperation.
Angola President Joao Manuel Gonzalez Lourenço on Saturday condemned the Pahalgam terror attack. The Angola President, the current chair of the 55-member African Union, also expressed solidarity with India in tackling terrorism in all its forms, including cross-border terrorism.
Angola foi das primeiras a reagir imediatamente após os tristes acontecimentos na região de Kashmir, em que vitimaram vidas humanas. Portanto, a seu devido tempo, fizemos chegar às autoridades indianas os nossos sentimentos de pesar ao povo indiano e às famílias enlutadas, uma vez que tratou-se de um ato de terrorismo e Angola, obviamente, que condena qualquer tipo de terrorismo, não importa onde ele seja cometido. Dado para, mais uma vez, reiterarmos a nossa solidariedade para com o povo indiano neste momento difícil e fazer votos de que a sabedoria indiana conseguirá ultrapassar este momento difícil, superar este desafio que está a enfrentar, sem que se eleve para níveis insustentáveis o nível de tensão existente.
The Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh, met Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday. Earlier on Saturday, the Naval Chief, Admiral Dinesh Tripathi, had met the Prime Minister at his residence. These meetings took place days after Prime Minister Modi chaired a high-level meeting which was attended by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, the Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, and the three service chiefs. The National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval, was present at the meeting. India has announced a series of measures, including putting the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance to send a strong message to Pakistan for its support to cross-border terrorism. Pakistan Army posts resorted to unprovoked small arms fire during the night of the 3rd and the 4th of May across the LOC in areas opposite Kupwara, Baramulla, Poonch, Rajouri, Mendhar, Naushera, Sundarbani and Akhnur in Jammu and Kashmir. The Indian Army responded promptly and proportionately. Meanwhile, according to the Border Security Force sources, a Pakistani ranger has been apprehended by the BSF along the India-Pakistan border in Rajasthan. The ranger has been taken into custody and is being questioned. Despite the dastardly attack on tourists in Jammu and Kashmir, these tourists continue to visit Kashmir. It's happening. And the Meadows of Flowers, or Gulmarg, is the favorite destination for tourists visiting Kashmir. Vishal Barristo sends us this ground report.
I'm here in Gulmarg and this is Strawberry Valley. Normally it used to be full of tourists, but because of the attack we have very few coming here, but still people are coming, and let's talk to them. How do you like the place?
Place is really awesome. So this is my first time in Kashmir. Again, people told me that this is a peak season and there will be heavy crowd usually, but now not much crowd. I think this is the right time for anybody if they want to come, because the timing is right and not so much crowd also.
So how's the feeling? How's the Josh?
It's a little cold, but it's okay. It's very good. The place is, this is the second day of our trip, so we have to cover so many.
You have to cover so many places.
It's very good.
Okay. Any kind of unsafe feeling? What do you have to say about these local people?
No, actually, I forced my husband to cancel the trip, but these people forced me and took me here.
So are you happy
after
that
coming here, I am so happy. This is the right time I feel, because no need to wait anywhere. We can go directly and come back. It was awesome.
And what do you have to say about the people here?
People are really very, very hospitable. I think hospitality at its peak, I would say.
This is part of my country. This is a part of our country. Very true. He's saying that because of that unfortunate incident, people like him, who's a poor man, who has to wait all the year for this time, he has to suffer, and along with him is his family. There you see the security personnel, they are guarding the place, because we need to have full security here. The administration and the government is assuring all help, and you also, all you're watching, all of you should come here, enjoy the place, because this is our India. Vishal Barristo, DD India, Gulmarg.
India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, attended the India Forum co-hosted by the Arctic Circle and the Observer Research Foundation in collaboration with the Ministry of External Affairs in New Delhi on the theme, the Polar Order, the Arctic and Asia. Speaking at the forum, Dr. Jaishankar highlighted India's growing relationship with the Nordic countries and the evolving geopolitical situation and its impact on India's ties with world powers.
We are going to see, in a sense, arena or a domain of contestation, which is not going to be easy to recall. Now, this is not unique. I mean, we are going to see it in space, we're going to see it underwater, we're going to see it in AI. So we are looking at a much more contested world, much sharper competition. We look for partners. We don't look for preachers. Particularly preachers who don't practice at home what they preach abroad. And I think some of Europe is still struggling with that problem. Some of it is changing. So the issue for us, I mean, in many ways, Europe, I think, has entered a certain zone of reality check. Now, whether they are able to step up to it or not, it's something we will have to see. But from our point of view, if we are to develop a partnership, there has to be some understanding, there has to be some sensitivity, there has to be a mutuality of interest, and there has to be a realization of how the world works.
Dr. Jaishankar said that India follows realism and highlighted the need to engage with Russia in a particularly interdependent world. The Minister, Jaishankar, he also said that India is looking for partners and not preachers, as we heard earlier.
We've always felt that the wars, international relations is conducted on the basis of some fundamental realism, and that realism requires an engagement with Russia. There is a need to engage Russia. I mean, nobody wants wars. These are particularly in a very interdependent world. For us to engage Russia, and if there is any way we can be of any help, we have always been very open about it. Having said that, we have also been very careful not to prescribe a solution. If you have situations where everything is gridlocked, and then say, well, how do we get a global governance answer?
Well, a missile launched from Yemen on Sunday landed near Israel's Ben Gurion airport, the country's main international hub. The Israeli military confirmed the projectile came from Yemen and struck close to the airport. Emergency services reported no serious injuries. Airport authorities said the missile landed near a road near the parking lot, with police footage showing a crater in the nearby orchard. Yemen's Houthis have claimed responsibility for this missile attack. Meanwhile, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has called on Qatar to stop playing both sides, and he's urged them to choose between civilization and supporting Hamas. Despite efforts by Egyptian and Qatari mediators to restore ceasefire, neither Israel nor Hamas has shown willingness to back down on core demands, with each side in fact blaming the other for the failure in reaching a deal. So Israel, which wants the return of 59 hostages still held in Gaza, has insisted Hamas must disarm and be excluded from any role in the future governance of the enclave, a condition that Hamas rejects. It has insisted on agreeing a lasting end to the fighting and withdrawal of Israeli forces as a condition, in fact, for a deal that would see the release of the hostages. Qatar on Sunday rejected comments from Netanyahu that it needed to stop playing both sides in the truce negotiations. The Foreign Ministry spokesperson Majid Al-Ansari said in a post on X that Qatar firmly rejects the inflammatory statements. He stated that the state of Qatar continues to work closely with both the Arab Republic of Egypt and the United States of America to secure an immediate ceasefire and to ensure the uninterrupted flow of humanitarian aid and advance a just and lasting peace, one grounded in justice and humanity. The Russian President Vladimir Putin says that Moscow has sufficient strength and resources to take the war in Ukraine to its logical conclusion. In a preview of an upcoming interview on the Russian state television, the President Putin, he said that the need to use nuclear weapons does not arise to achieve targets in Ukraine, as Moscow has all types of resources to achieve the target. And he ordered thousands of Russian troops into Ukraine, as we remember, in February of 2022, triggering Europe's biggest conflict. It's a ground conflict since World War II.
Добиться того, чтобы мы совершили ошибки.
They wanted to provoke us, as you said it yourself. They wanted us to make mistakes. There was no need to use the weapons you spoke about, and I hope they will not be required. We have enough strength and means to bring what was started in 2022 to a logical conclusion with the outcome Russia requires.
Still to come here on DD India Live. The Election Commissioner of India to soon launch a single point app for stakeholders. We tell you the reasons behind CSK's dramatic fall. And the Norwegian Casper Ruud is going to face Jack Draper in the Madrid Open final on Sunday night. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Mark Lynn. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated Lawrence Wong on his party's resounding victory in Singapore's general elections. In a post on X, Prime Minister Modi wrote, and I quote, "Heartiest congratulations, Lawrence Wong, on your resounding victory in the general elections. India and Singapore share a strong and multifaceted partnership underpinned by close people-to-people ties. I look forward to continue working closely with you to further advance our comprehensive strategic partnership." Singapore's long-dominant People's Action Party secured a decisive win in a closely watched general election, reaffirming its political grip under the newly appointed Prime Minister Lawrence Wong. With stability reaffirmed at the ballot box, all eyes now are on how Prime Minister Wong will manage Singapore's evolving economic and social pressures. Here's the report.
Singaporeans voted for Prime Minister Lawrence Wong and his People's Action Party in the city-state's general elections. In his first electoral test since taking office, Wong led the PAP to a resounding victory, claiming 87 out of the 97 seats in Parliament and securing over 65% of the vote.
This is my first election as Prime Minister and as Secretary General of the PAP. So it's been a very humbling experience working with all of you, interacting and engaging with all of you. We are grateful once again for your strong mandate, and we will honor it. We will honor the trust that you have given to us by working even harder for all of you.
Despite concerns over rising living costs and housing shortages, voters opted for continuity amid global economic headwinds, including the threat of recession and US tariff pressures.
The results will put Singapore in a better position to face this turbulent world. Many are watching the elections closely, whether it's international media, investors, or foreign governments. They will have taken note of tonight's results. It's a clear signal of trust, stability, and confidence in your government.
The main opposition Workers' Party retained its 10 seats, falling short of making further gains after modest progress in previous elections. The result reinforces the PAP's 6-decade-long dominance, delivering its 14th consecutive win since Singapore's independence in 1965. With a landslide victory, Wong now faces the challenge of steering one of Asia's most prosperous economies through uncertain global tides. Bureau Report, DD India.
And now all the updates from Waves 2025, the first of its kind World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit in Mumbai. The first ever global summit on new age entertainment, Waves, is set to conclude in Mumbai today. Representatives of over 75 countries are participating in the event. It's promised to make India a global hub for content creation. Multiple sessions, including masterclasses and workshops, will be held on the final day of the World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit. And the Bharat Pavilion at Waves in Mumbai showcases the evolution and transformation of the field of cinema, also storytelling and entertainment in India, which has attracted over 1,000 visitors each day at this summit. Let's take a look at this report filed by Dibyendu Mandal from the Bharat Pavilion at Waves.
Welcome to the Bharat Pavilion here at the Waves Summit in Mumbai. This Bharat Pavilion showcases the amalgamation of the modern with the ancient. India has a history of storytelling, and India is often known as the land of storytellers. Let us take you inside this pavilion, which showcases how storytelling has developed in India over the years. Here, if you can see behind me, this Bharat Pavilion showcases the musical journey, the journey of musical instruments here in this Bharat Pavilion, which showcases, of course, the journey of how these musical instruments developed the classical symphony, the divine resonance that echoes in the land of India. And of course, the journey of television, the journey of radio is all showcased here at the Bharat Pavilion. It also in fact showcases how the print medium, the newspapers, developed over the years. It showcases some of the beauties of India, some of the classical musical instruments, the music, the Sanskrit versions, and how storytelling, as we've been telling, have developed in this country over the many, many years of this tradition, of this art that India has in its roots. And of course, when we talk about music, it has evolved from cassettes and now to the cloud. And the future of what music and storytelling would be, this pavilion has it all. And this pavilion is a journey of India over the years, is a journey of India over the centuries of storytelling, of the development of music, and how Bharat has evolved as a nation, and how Bharat has taken giant strides in the field of cinema, in the field of music, and also in the field of radio. With Campus in Monty, this is Divyendu Mondal from Mumbai for DD India.
In a groundbreaking move to streamline electoral processes and improve accessibility for citizens, the Election Commission of India is all set to launch ECI Net, a state-of-the-art digital platform designed to serve as a one-stop solution for all electoral-related activities. The new one-stop platform, ECI Net, will integrate and reorient over 40 of the ECI's existing mobile and web applications. This move is also designed to alleviate the burden of the users for downloading and navigating multiple apps and remembering different logins. In a stunning fall from grace, the Chennai Super Kings, one of the most successful teams in IPL history, have endured their worst season yet. With just 2 wins from 10 games, CSK has become the first team to be knocked out of the playoff race in the IPL 2025. Injuries, outdated strategies and poor performances have all played a part in this collapse. Even MS Dhoni's return to captaincy couldn't save them. So what went terribly wrong for the men in yellow? Here's a report.
CSK's 2025 collapse. A giant falls. Chennai Super Kings, one of the IPL's most successful franchises, have hit rock bottom in 2025. After 10 matches, the men in yellow became the first team to be knocked out of the playoff contention. With just 2 wins and 8 defeats, it's been a season of setbacks, poor choices, and lost momentum. Outdated approach. CSK's real issues go beyond leadership. Despite signing Devol Brevis and Ayush Matre mid-season, their tactics remained outdated. In a league where aggression rules, CSK stuck to a conservative game. Their power play struggles were glaring. 6 times in 10 matches, they failed to cross 50 in the first 6 overs. Their average power play run rate was 7.91, the lowest this season. Modern T20 demands fast starts. CSK didn't adapt. They hit only 6 sixes in the power play across 10 games. Matre hit 2 of them. That says it all. Even their fortress, Chepauk, offered no comfort. CSK lost 5 of 6 home matches this year. Batting flop show. Their batting was a major letdown. Before the April 30 game against PBKS, they hadn't crossed 200 batting first. The approach was cautious, the result forgettable. Among their top 4, Shivam Dube, Rachin Ravindra, Ravindra Jadeja and MS Dhoni, there were just 3 50s. No big scores, no impact. Bowling blues. CSK's famed spin attack underperformed. Jadeja, R. Ashwin and Noor Ahmed lacked bite. Noor started well but faded. Jadeja and Ashwin couldn't turn games like before. Only Khalil Ahmed stood out. He took 8 power play wickets in 9 innings and bowled a league-high 106 dot balls. But others, like Pathirana, disappointed. Auction blunders. With rupees 55 crore to spend, CSK had a big auction opportunity. But their picks misfired. They chased known names over informed youngsters. Missing Deepak Chahar hurt. Signing players like Rahul Tripathi, Vijay Shankar and Deepak Hooda didn't help. The focus was on experience. The game demanded explosiveness. What now? The big question, will Dhoni return in 2026 or is it time for a fresh chapter? CSK must choose. Rebuild and adapt to modern T20 or cling to the past. Once known for calm and stability, the franchise now stands at crossroads. What they do next could shape the next decade of CSK cricket. Sports Desk, DD India.
The Norwegian Kasper Ruud will face the 5th seed Jack Draper in the Madrid Open final on Sunday. Ruud reached the title match without dropping a set. Ruud, who ousted Taylor Fritz and Daniel Medvedev in the previous rounds, played through rib injury in the semi-final. Britain's Draper also reached the final without dropping a set. Draper will break into the top 5 in the world rankings following his impressive run in Madrid, as he chases a second Masters 1000 crown following his triumph at Indian Wells earlier this season. And that's all we have in this edition of DD India Live. Let's know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, get the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. It's available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR code on your screens and download it now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Mark Lynn. Thank you for joining us on DD India Live. Namaskar.